Mr. Dummies here. Look, there's
here,
four of us back.
How we
Magic.
doing? How we doing?
I'm doing great.
He's back.
What are
Let's
you
go.
What are you drinking, man? What are you
I'm
sipping
drinking
and
the good
enjoying?
stuff because, well, I can't smell or taste it anyway, so why not kill this bottle? I'm working on it, kids.
Oh.
Believe me, Andrew took a whiff of it and said, "Oh,
It's
fine.
fine, man. There's nothing good about that.
good evening, happy Thursday, boys. It is
Good to
awesome
see you.
to
Good to
see
see you.
the
You guys.
boys, man.
Right.
Glad to be back.
Back
in
to the
saddle.
house.
Yeah.
Bobby
happy
H,
Thursday.
yes, there were four back.
We started with a little bit of a pre-show. We had a couple
did.
people on, but we kind of lost track of time, so I don't think we're that late.
I think
but,
we're maybe a minute late, but we're on schedule. We're good.
we're in there.
Hopefully everything's working.
Yeah, we get a
Steve
thumbs
A, I
up.
haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, hey Steve. I see Nurse Dave's on as well. Roger Benson.
Scroll up here a little bit.
Alejandro.
Gerben,
Jimmy T.
Ronan.
Everyone.
I had to go to bed.
Ross
Good
and
to see you.
Slav, I haven't seen you in a
Oh,
while.
jeez.
Scotch down
All
on
right.
Good day.
It's good to see you.
Jimmy T, Everwin, Gerben, Stephen. Oh,
Francois.
yeah, with Stephen on our
Francois,
pre-show.
good evening from
Cheers.
Montreal. Nice. Good
Very
evening
cool,
to
very
you.
Sunday
cool.
evening Scotch is in. Good.
Colin.
Mr. Moderator. I think he's
You know-
going to share some stuff here in a little bit.
Michael's
Yeah,
coming
actually.
up. Zach, Chad Anderson,
Yeah.
Roger,
Got some more
Trooper
folks from the
Henry,
swamp.
Man.
I see that. Troopers on.
Mark JG is in too.
Yeah, we got a lot
We
of
got
Man,
Kim
Roger.
gave us the blessing
man.
for AV good and lights good, so we're
Awesome.
good to go. And we're using the old-fashioned OBS tonight. The
Old
stream,
school.
the full stream effect, because we're all here, so it's good to have it.
Nice.
So.
And we got some fun stuff to do tonight.
We do.
We actually this week we released this guy right here, and I want to say it's the actual first time in our history that we produced a video that was only 3 people, and I was the guy that had to break
a straight review.
a straight review,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I haven't even tasted it, and it's pointless right now. I want to wait until I can because I'm very interested. You guys actually, had some good things to say about it.
We enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think it's expensive, but it's not a bad whiskey. I mean, I would argue, and that's the beauty of our blind tonight, is we're gonna really dig into how good is it.
Oh, Molly!
Oh,
Oh, Gerben!
Thanks, Gerben.
I miss Molly.
Oh,
Miss Molly, thanks for
Thank
bringing
you,
it up.
Gerben.
So
Molly, this is all you.
We
Forgot
gotta
we had that.
find our way back to that bar. Yeah.
But to get into that bottle a little bit, obviously I didn't review it. I watched the review. It was kind of fun because I wasn't involved in it. But honestly, that's the most expensive bottle on this bar right now.
And yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier where you were talking to me about that. It's more expensive than the blue right now?
Yeah, I priced it at Total Wine online. This was $199. This was $159.
Really? That's interesting because this bottle is always, it must be a timing thing because this bottle is always hovering around $200, either plus or minus.
$50.
Yeah. And it's not like 10, it's like 50.
Yeah, $249, and then you catch it for $159, and
Yep.
then it's back to $200, $199. But this one
drink
was $199. But you know what? The difference is this is not aged, so this one actually has a statement on it.
Was 12 years, and I think what
No,
was interesting.
21.
21, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I just saw 12 in your bottle.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one because it really kind of surprised us. It
Yeah.
really kind of, we were
did.
looking into it thinking, I think what happened was we get that Dewars 21, which was still
that
pretty
double-double?
Yeah, it was
Double-double.
still pretty
Yeah.
good. And I kind of went in this thinking, okay, is it going to be, okay, pretty good. It actually was pretty tasty. A lot maltier than I thought it was going to be. And the price was high, but it kind of really kind of hit home on the whole expensive subtleness, smooth, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, what else is like that? Johnnie Walker Blue. And so that's kind of already lit the fire a little bit to kind of think, well, is it better than the blue?
It very much. There was a comparison to be made, like right away. There's a comparison to be
exactly.
made for the ultra premiumness of it, for just the marketing aspect of it. It's very similar in that perspective, but they were different. They were different scotches. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Call that out, Drew.
I do want to call that. Go ahead.
So the key with this though is when we've done reviews where we looked at the Dewars and the Johnnie Walkers and the Chivas and kind of looked at those the 12-year-old ranges. So this is Chivas's 21 version, and we enjoyed the Chivas 12 over like the Johnnie Walker 12.
Yeah, sure.
Chivas has a great blending. Their style is really flavorful, and so I guess in hindsight I'm not surprised that they did this.
They don't, honestly, you don't know it's Chivas at all, though.
well, it's its own line.
It is.
It's not listed as Chivas. it's their company, but it's kind of like Strat's-Isla.
So there are
You know what I
other
mean?
Royal
Like, it's-
Salutes?
Well,
Yes,
yes, and it's
there's
only
27, or 28, 35. They've got different blends. So
This is the entry?
This is
Yeah.
yes. This is the youngest. So the 21 signature blend, which I think is what we have,
Yep.
is the youngest Royal Salute you can buy.
Okay, cool. Cool.
And it
Yeah, I
gets
mean, the
older
only
and
place
more.
on the whole bottle or box that says it's imported by Chivas Brothers. That's all you
Yeah.
get.
Yep.
So it's
Okay.
like the parent company,
Okay.
you know. So this is a separate line.
And
And
if
honestly,
you-
that confused me for a while too, because I'm like, well, this is Royal Salute. Like,
Well,
I don't
and
understand what's going on here.
the
Right.
funny thing is, if you go to Chivas Brothers website, it's not on there. But if you go to Pinot Ricard, which owns Chivas Brothers, it's on their site.
so we made a comment about there's different colors of that.
Yes.
And during our show, we had some really good comments by women.
Yes.
All about.
Yeah. So we have the blue, which is the sapphire. Oh, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
He just wanted to see Molly.
He
Yeah,
did.
he
He
did.
was
Wow.
Molly.
And look, he did the
welcome.
call out we wanted to do anyway.
Which
So
is-
he called out someone that we got.
Roman, I think it was.
Yeah, Roman.
Romano,
We
or-
were going to do that. So he was calling in from Athens or watching us from Athens.
That is
Yeah, that's
super
really
cool.
cool.
Time.
Thanks for joining us
Yeah,
tonight.
man. Good
So
to see
6
ya.
or 7 hours. That's tough.
But going back to the colors, I don't think we really knew at the time. We just said there's different
Well,
colors
so
of whiskey. But
yeah, so you get it's all the same whiskey, but you have the blue, the green, or the red bottle, based on sapphires, emeralds, or rubies that are on the crown, the royal
Queen's-
crown,
yeah,
the queen's crown.
Oh.
So that's kind of why they do it.
it's the same
It-
whiskey.
same
It's just,
okay.
I
Yeah.
want the red one versus the blue.
Yeah, I made the comment that the blue matches our
Yeah.
decor better.
Yeah.
It's really the intent is to align with the jewels in the crown, but.
But
Okay,
it was
whatever.
interesting. Obviously, you missed it, but we were pleasantly surprised with it. I think it's still kind of high.
What was
but,
the average score combined?
I have to look it up. I think it was like 3.6.
I can't remember
I think
now.
something like
I
that.
really can't.
It was fairly good.
Between about 2.5 or 3.
The irony is, watching the video, I didn't pay so much attention to your guys' score as your comments. That's
Yeah.
what I was listening to. I mean, number's a number. I really
that's
don't.
too
I
close.
want to
You're
know
right.
what you're thinking, because if
I
I
gave
hear,
it
I know
2.5.
you guys well enough, I can really pull a
Yeah.
lot of the detail out from those descriptions.
I think we all gave like 2.5 or something like that, or around
Okay.
that.
So
number.
one of us gave it a 3, but yeah.
Well, it's also priced for $200. I'm
Well,
sure I have
that's
a
what
little bit.
that hit me. It's a nice fine whiskey, but for $270 a bottle.
270.
And honestly,
That's what,
guys,
that's what Total Wine. That's what it's at.
it's no, this is 200.
200.
This is 200.
$199. I just looked
Yep.
it up tonight.
200.
Okay.
$199.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
But
Andrew's going to bump his score up a little bit now.
Bring it up more. But it does beg the question about. I mean, and we had a lot of comments about. And anytime you mention Johnnie Walker Blue, you're going to get a lot of comments of, I can get 5 bottles of this, or 7 bottles of that, or 3 bottles of this compared to this. And you're absolutely
right.
right. You
You're
can't.
right.
It's a number, right? And we totally agree that it's a hype bottle in a sense. It is very good, but there's lots of. It just depends. Goes back to our live review last week about how do you buy your bottle? What are you shopping for? It's really about your palate. So maybe if you're really, I know like Ronan, like when he came down, he didn't know anything about Scotch. He really liked this because it was so easy and smooth, right?
Approachable,
And
right.
approachable, and it is, and that's exactly what Johnnie Walker did with this. And then they went, hey, we can really jack this thing up and make it cool and special, and they did. So
Well, and there's no Scotch drinker that will turn down a glass of this.
That's true.
Nobody's gonna say, "Oh no, I don't drink that swill." No, nobody's gonna say that. They're gonna say, "Oh,
That's
really?
true.
Thank you."
You know, the crazy
I'll
thing
take
is,
a small pour of
there's
that.
a lot of people out there in the world that are on expense accounts that won't bat an eye at paying $50 a glass for that in a bar either.
that's true.
Yep. I will say, if I'm going to buy a bottle, these are probably special occasion bottles.
Only,
Like,
only.
you're going to a wedding or a retirement party, or
That's
you know
true.
what I mean, or 60th birthday, like something cool, right? And so you're going to spend a little bit more money. You're not taking a Dewars 12 to that party. You're going to
Nope.
take something nice, something memorable, and this kind of checks all the boxes. Like everybody can have a little bit. You're not taking like Lagavulin 16. It's going to scare grandma or something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody's grandma. There's some grandmas that be like, yeah, make mine
Bring it,
double,
bring it.
right?
Double it up.
But this is going to be very like universally accepted. There's not as much like crazy stuff going on. I
Yep.
guess.
I think the irony is a lot of people will drink this more for the name, the
Yeah.
prestige
It's
of
a-
it. it's the blue bottle, and that's fine. It's approachable. You're right, but I think you really have to have a little bit more of a refined and experienced palate to appreciate what it really is.
I think you're absolutely right. But what Johnnie Walker has done so well, and it actually affected us this year with our Johnnie Walker video, it kind of blew up because they're so good at marketing it, and to your point of making this something as a gift or something special, that they create this whole little marketing tool and platform and samples and stuff, and people go and buy the crap out of it because they don't know anything else.
I mean,
and it looks so special.
The engraving that they do every year, like that doesn't add anything to the whiskey. That makes you want to buy it because you're like, oh, it's got Dad's name on it. That's awesome.
I got it
engraved. And it's cool.
Right.
40th birthday present for my wife. I mean, yeah.
I mean, so there is something to that too. And you could do it with any bottle, I guess, but they've done a good job of making it. So what about Dewars 18? That's a good bottle. What's the price point on that?
It's actually on the cheat sheet answer key that Michael Porter has. We'll be sharing with everybody in virtual land when we get into the blind.
Well below these.
Actually, I can pull it up since I have a copy of it, right? I
So
can't
what are we doing
remember what
tonight?
the price.
What's this
I'm
bottle?
thinking it's an 18-year-old.
I got it right here.
Smell it.
Don't do it, Sean. Cheater. Sean, you're a bad influence.
Man, Sean's trying to cheat on this blind.
So there's this little bottle here. Wait.
Trust the guy.
So if I was a moonshiner, I could tell the ABV from this. I can't tell.
Okay, so the price point on the Dewars 18 is 73 USD.
What?
Really?
$73 for this guy
A
right
third of the price of these other ones.
here. Yeah.
So what's the price on this mystery bottle? Do you have a price on that one?
Not telling you on that because I
I
don't
don't
want
read
to
it.
sway
I don't
you
wanna read
guys.
But for you said $70 on this?
73.
$73 for the
$72.99.
18-year-old. The blue, what did you say? Is it supposed to be like 40-year-old whiskeys in there or something
Well,
like
there's
that?
supposed to be 40 different whiskeys.
40 different
blends. It's a blend of 40
they're all a
different
year old.
whiskeys. Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're all 3 years. And supposedly there's some older stock in there. But when you get into the special stock of Johnny Blue, they're the Ghost and Rares, the Chinese years, and special bottles for and those go.
That seems to
Well,
be.
it's ridiculous because that really is like I've had a couple of them, and do they taste different? A little bit. Do they taste $400 different?
No, because they
No,
put
they don't.
a shot of Brora in it, right? They're like,
And actually, the dude who had it took half the shot himself and then poured the rest in
he's
the
like, I
back.
can't waste this good stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste this into this will. All right, so what are we doing here?
I'm lining up with Sean.
I'll tell you, we're gonna get the blind set up. I'll talk you guys through it, kind of
sure.
set you up with what we've got going
doing
on.
it. Yes.
Let's go over to comments for a hot second, just to see who's out there and give some attention to. I see Malt Mondays right off the bat. Richie Z, what's going on, Richie Z? Brego 129.
So
I buy
has it-
Johnny Green for 55. Yeah.
Malty
Johnny
too.
is malt blend. It's the different one of the group. Hey, Alan Ward's there too.
Has
Good
anybody
to see
had
you,
the Royal Salute 21? Did we have any comments on people that have had it?
It's a good question. I haven't seen any yet, but
Yeah, has anybody had the Royal Salute 21 that's out there watching right now? Very curious to know what you guys have to say about it.
I mean, we got this at Total Wine, right?
310 for Johnny Walker Blue in Ontario.
That's
Man,
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
that's a lot of money. So
Richie.
Sunday evening Scotch. Gonna drop the cheat sheet in just a moment. Blind. Keep your eyes off the chat to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, we're
Absolutely.
not gonna watch
so
it,
we're gonna.
so.
That's why I wanted to come to the chat right now and just see who else is out here. First Fill Whiskey. How you doing, buddy?
like that
100%
name.
pure mustard.
Which one?
First Fill Whiskey, I love that name.
yeah.
Oh, it's good
Cool.
to see you.
And Alan, yeah.
I hope you're doing well, sir.
Yeah, man.
We got to hit that.
I actually saw, I watched when I was doing the thumbnail. I was looking at someone did a Johnny Walker Blue comparison or something like that, and the green was his last choice, and which was weird to me because
That's true.
and it's maybe not. I mean, if you like, but that's what he liked the most. He liked the blue the best. He picked it out in the blind, and then I can't remember who they were, but they did a blind comparison. But Johnny Walker Green was his least favorite, which was different. I was like, "Whoa, really?"
Daniel says it's time to shoot out.
Shoot out, shut up, is what I'm hearing. So let me turn this chat off.
So we're gonna turn the chat off. These guys got bottles,
All right.
or glasses. I pre-poured. We've got 4 different
I'll put these
samples.
in front of you since you're not drinking them.
Yeah. So we've got Michael Porter, Sunday Evening Scotch, is putting the answer key out there so you guys can see what color stickers they're actually drinking. In the glasses, we have Dewars 18, we have Johnny Walker Blue Label, we have the Royal Salute 21, and a mystery bottle that I brought from my bar that these guys don't know what it is. I'm very curious to see what happens with this in this lineup. I think it stands up really well, but I'm just taking a guess.
But you can't tell.
Right, I can't tell right now anyway. But
It could be
honestly,
sloggable.
so to start this off, guys, I want you guys all in the same color, obviously, but
Is there an order you want us to follow? Or?
not necessarily.
Okay.
Should we start with the Dewars?
Well, hang on a second. I had to think about what was what. I don't.
Is the name bar on the bottle?
No, there's no stickers on the
What are you
bottle.
laughing at? You know something that we don't know?
He's trying to mess me up.
You pull it up on your phone. Now.
Yeah, I can. I'm thinking if none of these have colors, they're all going to have artificial coloring as well.
Yeah, they're all basically
I'm
the same
assuming they
color.
do. I can tell you from the cheat sheet out of memory, 3 are 40% ABV. 1 is I think 43. So they're all
low.
They're all.
So be
gonna
careful with the
right
water.
there.
Careful with the water.
And I want you guys to just walk through them. Perception, nose, flavor. Don't be guessing at what's what off the first pass. I want you guys to compare these. Talk about
Focus
these.
on the
'Cause
whiskey.
Okay.
We all want to see what you guys have to say about comparing before you really start trying to take some guesses.
Yeah, I don't
The
think.
guesses are for fun anyway.
Guess will be for fun, but I want to know, for me personally, you guys can speak to your way. I want to know, like, am I really going to sense a big difference between the blue and the salute and the Dewars? I mean, like, I think I probably would with the Dewars, but I don't know. And that Dewars is a big. That's why we threw it in there before, because it's like half the price.
Yeah, and it's 18-year-old, so it's only a couple years younger than 21. Arguably, it's in the range of the blue. It is a fairly neutral, spirit. It's not heavily sherried or peated, so it kind of falls in that same range. That was the intent.
All 4 of these are blended scotches, no blended malts.
Okay.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah.
I just confirmed it from
Well,
Ricky Bowers.
So let me guess.
This is a
I
blended
smell
Scotch.
grain.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just
We're all
saying.
gonna
So,
smell grain.
if there were a
Well.
blended malt, it would probably stick out.
Right.
That shouldn't happen here.
Okay.
These really should all be. This should be
They
kind
should
of
they
difficult.
should be
Alright.
very subtle differences,
Where do
which
we-
is the whole point of Johnnie Walker Blue, which we talked about many times. Is if you have to have a decent palate to understand the blue, because it's very subtle, but it's very good. It's very. They've done a good job of really making it rounded.
You know what's
Right.
not going to be a subtle difference? The price point.
Where do we
That's right.
start?
Alright.
Where do we start?
Let's start with the red.
Start
boys.
with red.
All right, so they're starting off with the red sticker.
So you
I
could-
hope you guys have the answers. I'm going to pull up the chat.
I said you can pull the
Um,
comments.
I'm going to pull up
So I'm
comments on this
getting
as well.
bright, nice,
This is
nice
This is
potency.
like fruity.
Yeah.
It's got a fruity
Juicy
sweet
fruit,
note.
fruity.
He said, "Get the
Yeah,
car,
like a
please."
saccharine kind of thing.
There's a cinnamon to it too.
Cinnamon, huh? All right, let me see if I can.
The
get
fruit
these
wafted off,
comments.
and I do get a little bit of that underlying grain note to it.
Waffle. I mean, I don't know what that would
Waffle,
be,
like
but
a Lego or an Eggo.
yeah,
Eggo waffle.
Maybe a malty note with like a sweet note.
something.
All right.
Can I ever find
Now
this?
I'm getting some
live
apple
chat.
juice.
There we go. Now I can at least see. All right, so I'm gonna pay attention to some of the comments. Hopefully the cheat sheet's up there and everybody can see.
Look at
Definitely,
the legs on that.
definitely getting a waffle. You know that.
Oh,
Hey Tom,
Interesting.
It does take us to Eggo.
Good to
It's
see you,
a
buddy.
little bit of vanilla, a little bit of like flour, grain.
did you hit the smoke?
Not grain whiskey.
Maybe a little bit. It had a little more cinnamon to it than I thought it was going to, too. I didn't really get that on the nose, but I got it on the mid
So
palate.
there's a spicy note, obviously.
The spicy
I
note.
mean, it's not like crazy, but
I'm
it's
not getting
there.
much spice
tad
on it.
bitter, a tad semi-dark chocolate with a little bit of a hint of smoke, like a whiff of smoke, and the
I
finish.
like
First
that.
taste.
That's got so much. So I will say that this reminds me of that because it's got really. It's almost better in the finish.
Maybe.
The finish kind of has this great flavor to it, which I know. I remember I got on this. I don't know if this is it, but I just really enjoyed this.
Please review Chivas 25. All right. We'll put it on the list.
That's an interesting smell. Like it doesn't smell like something I would think. That
I like the nose better than the palate.
So Matthew Parks, the
Yeah.
price point is
So
on
I
the
saw
cheat
the
sheet
palate
on the
on that-
bottles, but I
the palate
think
on that I could
the
just
Dewars
sip on and let
18
it sit.
is
The finish is nice.
$72.99 right now at Total Wine
lot of flavor.
locally here
Okay,
in Indiana.
we ready to move on.
Yeah.
All right, so red.
So I
I
enjoy
got
red.
spicy note. Did you get any smoke? He said there was a hint of smoke in there.
There may be some in there.
You
I'm
said
getting
you-
like a. What I'm getting on the finish, like it's good. When I first take the sip, it's nice. The mid palate's okay. It's got a little bit of a spice note to it. The finish is okay, but to me it's short. but then
That was my
it's got
question.
like a weird like. I don't know how to describe it. It's like
The finish?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a slightly tannic, but not really. Like
Yeah.
almost like when you lick metal and you've got that metallic
metallic.
taste on the back of your mouth.
See, yeah, I'm not getting as much smoke as I think. Well, it may be a touch of smoke, but it feels more almost like a barrel char. Influence.
I got like
Ooh,
at first
Brianna, I
like
see
almost
that.
like a nice salted caramel, and then it
Korean
rolled right
porter?
into that
I see
metallic semi-smoke, almost leathery type weird combo.
It was,
I don't know what that was. I don't
I'm
know
not
what
sure
it
that
is.
I'm down with the finish, but we'll see.
I
Okay,
remember
so now you
mine.
guys
So
are
I'm getting
going
more-
over to
Blue?
Get more apple on the nose.
Go for
We're
blue.
going to blue. All right, let me take a water here.
Oh no, this is very subtle. One of those. Green apple.
just
real
so
light.
everybody knows, I'm not sure what version of I think the version of the answer key that
that's
Mike
solid
shared.
vanilla.
One of them I have labeled as no sticker. I actually put a yellow sticker on that one. I didn't know we had yellow stickers. So the yellow sticker is actually no sticker. You guys can figure
So
it out.
it's
I'm
really
sure.
subtle. A little bit of cream.
A little lemon.
Yes.
There's a
Cream.
little bit of that lemony and a little bit of green apple.
So you
Like
guys
fresh
are
cut
Not
green
much on the
apple.
nose.
I
Not
mean,
much
it's
on the
very
nose.
light.
I
So
would
no-
say citrus, lemon, apple,
Very barely, yeah. A real subtle.
a hint, like a slight hint of vanilla to warm it up.
I like it on the palate. It's got some nice fruit notes, a little bit of malt, some nice like maple syrup honey thing going on.
That's 40 ABV too for sure.
I like
Oh.
the finish better.
Is it
It does have better-
tangerine finish almost, like a little bit?
It's got a
no
sweetness to it.
spiciness on that one.
It does
Yeah, a little
evolve.
pepper.
It does
A little
evol-
bit.
I don't know. It does evolve though. It does have a little more transition than the first one does.
Yeah,
From a real pale sweet into
I-
kind of
I
a
like
more
that one.
maltiness.
that one's
That one's really smooth.
Well, the nose just disappears though. After you taste it,
It's not fair.
It's
to
funny
judge
because
color here.
the nose is so light, but the palate is so much
They're
more
pretty
full
close in
body
color
than the other
for the
one.
most part. I mean,
almost no nose on this now.
So I'm
No.
curious in the comments, you
water?
guys, how many of you actually have these bottles, and are you able to at least go through this a little bit with these guys as they're doing them?
and that nose is just, it's nice but subtle. Like there's nothing really standing out.
I am getting pepper on that one now.
I like that glass.
Yeah,
You are getting pepper?
definitely. I'm getting more pepper on the finish of that now than I was.
Okay, that was the blue.
Now,
That was the blue sticker.
to be fair, neither one of these have
Hey,
been
Lana.
like a punch you in the face, full bodied,
No, I'm talking like
out
white
of body
pepper.
experience.
Well, I'm talking
You know
like
what I
white
mean?
pepper.
And none of them will. And
Yeah.
honestly, we were careful about trying to do the lineup. The Johnnie Walker Blue was kind of the center of it, and to compare these two. But we wanted to make sure that the other bottles we put in the blind weren't going to be like heavy sherry finished
Right.
and shit, because that would have just given it away. It would stand out. We want these to be really same neighborhood.
All right, we're in
That
agreement.
So
that
you're-
blue has a finish of a sweet tart,
Oh,
tanginess.
Yeah, I'm getting more solventy on this one.
yeah. I don't like that nose nearly as well.
Really?
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh,
the
man.
nose. So it's
It's like
not
an oil shop.
I don't think it's as bad. I don't think it's that bad, but it does have a bit into that oil.
Really?
Now that you mention it,
That's right. Like you walked in a Jiffy
it's
Lube.
not. It's not like acetone or really a biting, but it is.
It's like
Yeah.
It's like the alcohol almost is overpowering the smell.
It's-
kind of combo.
it's almost like walking into a machine shop and there's like fresh
Tool
oil
and
and
die.
like they've you know.
Palate is totally the same too. It tastes like a machine shop. Okay, so let's explore more than that. So that is what you get first hit.
The first sip tastes like the nose.
It tastes like so. So at one of the shops I work in, you use lubricant oil for your drill bits.
That's
It
what
tastes like that smells.
it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not
just
gonna
saying.
fight you on that.
Okay, so now the nose is better though. Now that I've
I put some water in that one.
I
think
don't
it
think
might help.
so. I'm gonna dispute that it's better.
Yeah, the nose is not good.
no, but what we're getting there is we're getting barrel influence. You're getting wood, and that's what's adding that flavor to it. There's more barrel influence in that one than the other ones.
No, that's not me.
That's not you.
It's not my wheelhouse, admittedly, but
Okay.
It's
I'm gonna
got
set
it's
that
got
right
a
there.
funkiness to it that
I'm gonna set
Oily
that.
is go-
I'm gonna
get out.
set that right there.
I mean, so it's like that third sip. After I put a little water on it, it got a little bit more
Well,
of the sweetness coming out of it. But
I mean,
I don't like the nose and I don't like the palate. And if you handed it to me and told me I could drink this or I could drink something else, I'd probably drink something else. I don't know. I mean, it's just
It
not.
doesn't.
Adam McKnight says,
I'm
"Good
gonna have to
Lord,
come
I
back to
love
that
the
one.
smell of a machine shop and a construction site for that
you
matter."
don't
So
understand.
maybe he likes this
My
one.
dad was a tool and die guy. He came home reeking of it every day. So when I smell it, I'm like, boom, my dad immediately.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he'd come home and it's like his clothes just reeked of it. I loved it as a kid, but not so much in my Scotch.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't necessarily want to drink it.
Yeah, it's evolving into more of a mustiness.
I'm wondering if this is almost overpowering because the others are so subtle that this is almost contrasting so much that
right.
we're put off.
Gonna wash off and move on to yellow.
I'm gonna come back to this. So this may have potential. I think we're hitting it.
I may be hitting it too hard, but on first inspection, I don't know about that one.
WD-40 is a wonderful sensitive Steve A.
Yeah, it's good.
Just
Now-
don't huff it, man.
Yellow,
Ooh.
I like yellow.
Yeah, yellow's
Okay, so yellow.
warm. It's inviting.
It's like a cream
And
puff.
the cheat sheet yellow is labeled as
cream.
no sticker.
No, it's
Sweet
what do you
sugar.
call those pastries with vanilla in the middle?
Little Debbie's?
No, like crusty, like croissants. My dad used to get them all the time.
Eclairs.
No,
I don't
Long
know what
John?
you're talking-
no, it's not
Cannolis?
a donut. It's a pastry with
Like a
white
cannoli?
filling inside. of it.
Cannoli?
Not kind of like a cannoli, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But it smells like that.
We got you. It smells
So-
like that.
So this is much sweet.
Somebody's
much
gonna tell you,
sweeter.
because
It's got a much higher.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Yeah, like almost tangerine.
So according
got some
to
flowers.
according to the
It's
the
creamy.
website, you know, it should
White
have
cream.
an elegant aroma of sweet vanilla and dry oakiness. Do you guys get that?
I get the dry
I
oakiness
said
on the
sweet
palate.
cream, the white cream.
I agree.
It's on the finish.
Yeah, oakiness comes in.
It's
the
very dry.
I get no
very
oakiness on
dry.
the nose.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly dry. Yeah, like it pulls the moisture out of your
Don't
mouth.
tell us what we should know.
I'm not.
It's
That's not
cheating.
on there. I just pulled it from what he was saying. I'm just trying to
It
get more.
does.
You
It-
said
it,
according to the
like,
website.
dries out
No,
your
that
mouth
was
almost.
the oakiness.
Okay,
Wait
I
a
kind of
minute,
like
wait a
it.
minute.
I mean,
So hang on, we got a couple of. I didn't see or hear.
super chats.
Yeah, I didn't hear Molly come across.
She didn't.
Well, maybe she will here in a second. But we've got two new ones, and I want to call them out.
So
I'll
that's
call them
got
out.
like a custardy quality to it, like a
There it
baked
is.
vanilla.
There's Adam.
Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, thank you,
you,
Adam.
Adam.
Adam, good for you, man. I appreciate you. So someone said cream puff.
No,
Nope.
no,
Twinkie?
no. No, it's a flaky croissant with white.
Thank you,
Thank
Greg.
you.
We
Thanks, Greg.
appreciate you.
Greg,
I'll think
Sipping
of it
the only
later.
blend I own, Ambassador 25 from 82.
Hey, I know that blend.
Nice.
So that's all
We've
right.
had that blend.
So
That's
from that
cool.
guy.
This one's not bad. I almost like the nose better than the palate. Like the palate's pretty good, but it's
The nose is
kind of
nice.
unidimensional. There's not a lot of like extra things going on. It's nice. There's nothing wrong with it, but the nose is very pleasant.
The nose
I like
is sugary white cream on a donut. That's what.
Yeah.
I would say this has a more tannic black tea palate all the way through, from the start all the way through, and it doesn't sweeten up. It doesn't.
Man.
It just gets drier and drier.
Brown
Michael
sugar.
Hassler
It's
left it
heavy
dry.
brown sugar
Brown
caramel.
sugar?
on
Michael
the
Hassler
palate.
left the topless
And
part
then-
to come home and watch the show.
I'm almost malty. This is not bad. I
Well,
think this one's actually, I would say,
got the
the
mo-
most flavor richness of something like malty or something richness out of all four.
I would
It's the
agree.
most rich of the four.
It has
Hey,
the most.
Adam, we
flavor.
appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, so where do we want to go next?
I'm starting over.
No,
Okay.
let's do a different order because that's not fair to always go through the same order. So let's go. You wanna
Green
do
first,
blue?
Let's do blue.
Why don't you guys clear
go blue.
palettes and take a hot second?
I'm gonna put
I
some
mean,
water on
Alright.
this, guys. I think I already did water.
So we
on
could do
one.
that. We could take a pause.
So it's interesting so far. This is cool because I know that I think I like.
So
I know
one
I
of
like-
these is blue.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
one of them is blue, obviously. I mean, the price points we talked about already. You know that one of them is a $73 bottle. One of them is a $160 bottle as of today. One's a $200 bottle as of today, and the other one you have
don't know
no
yet.
clue. The ABVs are all in line. I'll tell you from listening to your comments, you're off on your ABV. There's one that's 43. There's one that's different, right? Three are the same.
I'm not.
They're so close.
Drew made a guess and he was off. You're right. They are close. So there's.
Well, I wasn't saying
what,
ABV and palate. I was saying the nose.
Okay.
But still, I'm still off.
There should be. I mean, that this is intended to be difficult. They really should be similar.
I'm really close.
There's one that has
This
kind
is
of
definitely
stood
not
out.
green. Is not blue. I can tell you that much right now. It's not.
I would agree with you on that.
So having
thinking
not,
blue is blue right
I don't
now.
have any memory of ever smelling Royal Salute, so I don't
Could be
know.
this one,
If-
too.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a deep memory of blue. I as far as nose and palate, I definitely can
I'm gonna-
relate to you guys
This
on
is
that.
this is not blue either.
Which one's that?
Red. This now smell it now. It's smoky.
I'm not gonna. Well, blue has smoke in it.
Top shelf, Dustin. I'm
think
drinking the
so.
White Walker because I
Yeah.
can't smell
I
or
mean,
taste
by
anything
design
right
it
now.
does.
You smell
Having
smoke?
been a recovered card-carrying
Guilty.
1-9
Must be that
member,
red. Blue.
might as well drink the
Maybe.
the
Oh,
garbage.
you're thinking
because
red. Okay, so we are back on red.
I'm not going to
Okay.
drink anything that I
So
would
we are
miss
going
out
back in
on.
the same order.
Okay, so you're not going the
smells
same
so
order,
good.
or are you?
I am.
That red.
Okay.
I really like the
You,
nose on that red.
the red is going to be your wheelhouse because it's more smoky than the rest
Well,
of
it
them.
just got some. It's got like.
The subtleness. Oh,
It's like burnt orange or something.
yeah.
In there that just.
Hey, I Whiskey She Wines is on.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you what. I watched their video today, and I watched their new bar was badass. I love that stuff. Their stuff
That
is
green
really
is
awesome.
Just.
Good to see
Can't wait
you,
to get
man.
them on the show.
If this wasn't a kid's show,
What are you
Which
talking
one?
about?
The green.
I like the red. That,
You don't like the
the
green?
palette on that red is.
I can't,
Fire.
man.
He said, I
Alright.
can't. It's White Walker. No, it's not.
No, it doesn't
I'm the
smell
one
that
drinking.
bad.
I'm the one drinking White Walker, tonight, boys.
All right, so where do we want to go next? Let's go back to. Let's hit the yellow again.
All right.
We've added water to all of them.
Okay,
Giving
red-
them a
I'm
minute.
still working on red. So
I
you
hope
guys
you've
do your
gone
own.
light on the water. I mean, these ABVs
I
really
did.
can't.
This yellow, I really like the nose on this.
It's so sweet and
You know what?
fresh and light.
I'm gonna get fired on this one. The red reminds me of like a Subway, like when the bread shop and you walk in there, the smell of that, and like oil and vinegar.
Wait,
Like,
someone
that's-
wants to know if you were talking about a Danish pastry earlier.
No.
No? Oh, that's
go back to
that's the
yellow.
big
So-
guess.
so-
I know it's awesome. What's Drew thinking of? Right?
Cleanse your palate and hit the
It's
yellow.
not
again.
that either.
That's hilarious.
It's like a croissant with white freaking cream
I'll tell you
in
what,
it.
I actually
Cornish
like,
hen. Is that it? Cream or
Cornish-
cream something hen. Creamish.
Cornish hen
No,
is
no, it's like that
A
though.
cream horn.
a little bit.
Cream horn. Is that it?
A cream
Did
horn.
you say cream corn?
Cream horn.
Cream corn. Cream corn. Corn corn.
I never heard cream corn.
So the yellow is so sweet and so light and so fluffy. It is almost like marshmallow fluff in whiskey. It
It's
is really.
Thursday.
It's good to be
It's,
with that. Good to see you guys.
I actually,
Hit the yellow.
the yellow
Okay.
is better than it was without the water. And it's 40.
I would argue.
Oh.
I would argue with you. I would agree with you.
Lana Sutton, thank you
Thanks
so
so
Lana.
much.
Gosh,
Hey, Lana.
I love
Happy
Lana.
Thursday.
Thank you, Lana.
Heck
We
yeah.
love the
Alright,
Scotch
so
community
we-
too.
So we are.
Thank you.
It's
Cheers.
already 10:34, so we need to.
We're fine. We're fine.
Got
French
someplace to be,
horn.
man?
French horn.
I might be
That's,
right.
that's an instrument.
So,
Okay.
so where do we want to go next? Green?
A lot
I'm
of
gonna do
people are
green
saying
last.
French horn cream.
Anybody want to
Let's
green?
do blue.
Let's do blue. All right. Well, okay, so what are you getting?
I'm still on the yellow.
You guys crack me up.
I love it.
Everybody's guessing about what you're
So-
trying to, your pastry.
So the blue, the nose is just not as good as the yellow. The yellow has a very nice nose.
I like the yellow. I really like the yellow right
I do
now.
too. So the blue, I get it's a real subtle. Again, I'm not getting any rich sherries. Not getting any rich smoke.
You're not gonna get any of that.
It's almost
in
like
any of these.
linen. I'm getting maybe linen in the nose.
Yeah,
there.
I mean it's a very clean nose.
Yes.
There's just a real subtle like sweetness underlying it, but it's really faint.
it is really faint.
I like yellow a lot. It's
I do-
got
I
a
do
dry
too.
finish, but I like it a lot. We doing that one?
Mm.
Blue? Gosh, gotta slow down.
But the blue is very nice.
Oh, the blue is elegant.
How's the blue finish?
Honestly, the blue has,
Almost non-existent. It's so subtle.
to me,
The blue finish is non-existent. You're saying?
I still
Compared
taste
to
it.
these others.
I still have a decent finish going on with it, and it's got a little bit of a.
Let me give it a little bit of.
Of
So
a-
here, I need a refill. Which one should I use?
I bet you do. Working on it.
Love to try.
See, what you have to do is be like, just pour it down here, Mark. I'm not gonna look, and then I'll keep an eye and see what's
Nope. You're going to get White Walker if that's what you want. Just telling you.
But the blue to me it's got some sweet notes on the finish. There's a little bit of like a black tea tannic quality to it, but it's not like over the top crazy. It's just kind of there with the sweet.
Really subtle.
So according to the website, it has a very long, lingering, and slightly dry finish. Now
Blue?
I think I've heard, yeah, the
Long
blue.
lingering.
I don't know if I call it long, but I mean it's an okay.
Steve, hey, thank you, sir.
Right on,
Ah,
Steve.
man. It's cheating for the guy with no smell or taste to drink the White
That's
Walker.
funny.
Glad you're.
Thanks, Steve.
I appreciate
Yep.
you, Steve.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to be back. I miss these guys.
All right, so
I like the blue, but gosh, it's
No.
not nearly as sweet as yellow.
it doesn't have the flavor of any of these. I mean, it is the weakest.
I'm gonna go to green and give it another chance.
All right, let's go to green. Moving to green.
God, the
Mike?
oil is.
Sunday evening, Scotch, you're not the first one to say that. Sean said it earlier before we even started the show. He's like, it's just weird that you're pouring that White Walker into that really fancy glass.
I'll tell you what. I took a nose of it out of this blender's glass, and it's even worse than normal.
probably blue.
I mean, it just
That's-
comes up and hits
stands out
you
so
like with
much.
an uppercut.
And then I just start drinking it like it's
That'd be
nothing,
much.
and Sean's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Or whatever he brought.
It's fine to me.
So,
So you guys
comparing
are
that
to what?
The green. That is just off.
Oh,
Nope.
Compared to the rest of these, it's just.
Yeah, this is definitely not as good as the other three.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's analyze what's off about it. What is that flavor palette that is
That's
causing it to
interesting.
be off?
It's oily. It's that tool and die oily. It's got a very. It's semi-sweet, almost like a bitter chocolate.
It's
I
got a
get
really long finish.
a black licorice thing on the finish.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, it is. It is more of that, and I guess that's a better term. It does have it's a long finish.
You see my glasses
It
here. I'm
holds.
I'm staging them.
It's
all
almost.
as far as-
Is it almost like a spring bake? I mean, is it that
No.
funk?
No.
I like springbank,
No. Well. So
but it's
step-
not a funk. It's
Okay.
just like a weird flavor that's going on. I mean,
It's so contrasted compared to the other three. That's
Yeah.
really,
the other three have a nice sweet quality about them. They've got vanillas and some fruits, and they're very soft and subtle in their approach.
Yeah.
And this one is just a completely different like style. I mean, it really stands out from the other three.
It's a different style. I'm
That's
not sure it's
interesting.
bad though. I'm not sure I agree that it's bad. I mean,
You can drink
it
mine.
is- No, I might.
I'm on the red.
Because it has a potency of flavor that is.
I want to like it, but I just can't right now.
Okay.
Sean's obviously at a stage in his life where he's not wasting his time on
Here's the
shit he
deal.
doesn't like.
I mean, just because
Like,
it's
I'm out.
potent doesn't mean it's good.
All right, back to red.
So I think, I don't know. I think you're right. I think this is Dewars.
No, I don't know if it's Dewars, but it's. I don't think that. I really don't think that's Dewars.
So
What's red and blue? What's going
So,
on
so
here?
let's go
these
with
two?
red. Let's talk to red. Talk to red.
Red has a little bit more smokiness to it. than
hey,
anything
Jeffrey
else.
Rollins, good to see you. Is that KB? Did I see KB? Wow.
There he
Even
goes.
Andrews.
Andrew
He's
likes
choking up.
red.
He's choking
the
up
one.
on KB getting on the
I
show.
mean, KB's actually man. It's good to see that guy.
I don't know. Red is definitely a little heavier, a little smokier than the blue, but blue is smooth as hell, man.
Really?
I almost want to say like, you all right? You back with us?
Yeah, I'm back.
The,
I'm back. I'm fine.
so the red to me almost tastes a little bit more malty.
It does.
Does.
It's got a little bit more body.
God, you're blowing my mind. Really?
I mean, it does.
Okay. No, I mean you're right.
All
This is
right.
that's what blinds are for.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna tell you my rank, and then I think they are.
Okay.
I like. to
So
go-
you're gonna rank them.
I am.
All right, hang on a second. Let's time out and see what
Hey,
that's
Zach.
about. Zach,
Again, holy cow!
hey, do you want me to hit the bottle? Because Sean said he's fine if I just drink it straight out of the bottle.
good,
this,
man.
this nice fancy glass is messing him up. Thanks,
All right.
Zach. I appreciate you, brother.
So,
Again, so I go back to the yellow real quick.
gosh, I can't.
Hit the yellow real quick because it's been a minute.
I just did.
The doctor
And I'm
needed a
getting
doctor.
I'm getting some wood, some
Yeah,
some
it's
wood in
got
there.
some wood in there.
Oh my gosh, it's so different.
All right,
than
so
what
I've got my
sandalwood.
order. I got my
Okay,
order.
so You guys keep track of what Drew has to say here. Pull up the answer sheet, and Drew, walk us through what you think here.
I'm gonna be all over the place.
Well, rank
It
them.
doesn't matter what's right or wrong. I like the
That's
yellow.
fantastic.
I like the yellow the best because. Well, hold on one more time.
I would agree. Yellow is fantastic.
Second guessing himself.
So when I tasted that again, it's like
No, yellow is good. Yellow has the most rounded flavor to it. It's got a semi richness to it. It's got a pretty dry finish to it, but it's nice. It's got for my palate, I think I like it the most.
Yellow is the no sticker in the answer sheet, you guys remember?
I like the blue the next. I feel like between the rest of them, it's got the most middle of the road subtle smoothness to it. Nothing in particular that's really standing out. It's just really nice and pleasant.
Okay.
Red, I like the next as well. I mean, it's very close between red and blue. I really like both of those. But I think red has more of a malty and I said smoke. I'm calling smoke, whatever that is. Metallic smoke, something going on with
on
it.
the red.
Than the red. That's a little different. So I'm gonna go 3 on that one. And then green is definitely dead last out of the 4. I don't dislike it, but it's not. It's definitely not in the same
Okay.
family.
Okay, so it's not in the same family. Sticks out. It's different.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll talk to you about that. I got what you got down on there. I don't want to give it away until I hear what these guys have to say. Who wants to go up next? Rank them.
I'll go next. So I will agree. I think the yellow is the best whiskey here. It is so sweet and it's balanced and there's a little wood and it's just really well done. The red is probably my next favorite. It's got maltiness. It's got flavor. I enjoy that. I struggle with blue and green because the blue one is so faint. I'm not getting much out of it.
That's good.
Green has some potency of flavor, but I'm not sure I like that flavor.
Okay.
So that's where I'm really struggling.
Interesting.
I think I would argue that maybe the green would be good on a rock or something to add more water to it, to maybe build that flavor more. The blue couldn't handle anything. And that's where I'm thinking it's flat. So I would go, if I had to pick, I would say yellow, red, green, blue.
Oh, blue's your least favorite.
Because there's nothing there. It's just so flat. It's just so not.
Wow, so that's interesting. You flipped it around.
Yeah, I
Most
did.
somebody's keeping score.
Right, I'm keeping it up here a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really much matter because in a second, after we hear his ranking, we're going to turn right back around, and I want you guys to all take your guesses,
Okay.
just for fun to see where we're at. So talk me through how you like these.
All right. So I think the yellow was probably the best full package.
Yeah,
Like I liked the nose. The nose and the palate seemed to match up fairly well, and there was a little bit more depth and character to both.
At first, not so much, but it definitely got better.
It got better. Originally I liked the blue the best.
Right.
On our first run through, I would have picked blue.
Yeah.
Wow.
But after they set, and especially after I put a little water on it, I think that kind of opened up the yellow a little bit. Because I was surprised when we went back after I put water on it that it was a little bit more,
100%.
more something there. So neat, I would have said blue, yellow, red, green. With water, I'm going to say yellow, red, blue, green. But the blue and the red are almost tied.
We're
So you said the same thing.
We're basically
They're
the same.
very subtle differences, I think. And I think I like the red a little bit more just because it's
Depends
a little bit
on the night, too.
maltier.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed both of
Yeah.
them. I mean, I thought that they were both good glasses. The green, I'm just not, like, I don't know if it's just hitting us all wrong tonight, but I just don't, like, it's got a lot more, the nose and the palate are strong. I just don't know that I'm digging it. I don't know.
You like it that way?
For 41.7%, I can hit this thing all night, man. It ain't doing nothing.
I was kind of hoping that with the water that this one would have like maybe
Oh,
split
late
something.
fee, late fee. Dues are
late.
D's are dues are D.
Good to see you, Dean. Thank you.
So I got to switch. My blue and green flipped because the blue is my third and the green is my bottom because That green.
Ah,
So,
he's
what,
so
so what are you,
influential.
what's your order now? Yellow.
Yellow, red, blue, green.
All right, so
Okay.
now the question is how do when we're gonna guess on what these are? You kind of got to know what that
Can
mystery.
you tell us
bottle
what the
is,
mystery
right?
is? Yeah.
Is that, or do I just
That's
leave
fine.
it as okay?
No, tell
so
us.
Lay it
the
on.
mystery bottle, the one that you guys don't know about, this is a 1983 Dewars 12. So it's a Dewars as well. We've got 2 Dewars in the lineup. This is a blend from the early 80s.
A 12-year-old.
Yes, it's a 12-year-old, but
From
it's
the
also
80s.
from the early 80s. It's called Neplus Ultra. It's if you find it on auction sites, I found one auction
Wow.
site that had a bottle from the 60s that went for 500, and then I found another bottle that was from the 50s that
Wow.
went for 5,000.
I mean,
So,
you know.
I mean, it was only 10 years, but so it's hard to price it. It is 40% ABV, but it's also from the prime
blending
time
era.
blending era, man. This
Yeah.
was
when they were like, get rid of some of that malt.
everybody was drinking this crap, right? And
all you could find.
age statements were not a thing, you know. So this came from the heyday of blends,
That really puts a.
which you know these are blends that you go out and get today. So it's
I
interesting.
honestly don't know.
Ooh.
I
Yeah, that makes
honestly
it tough
don't
for
know.
me. So I'm going to recommend that maybe the red is the Salute.
All right, so
I was gonna say the red is the
I'm gonna go back to my cheat
the
sheet.
12 year.
Sample?
Yeah. Just because it tastes a little more malty a couple of times. I already finished mine. Here, can you fill up my red?
I don't know. I
don't know if I can or not.
I don't know if I can pick.
How about
wanna
I don't want to give you guys like hints here, but
No, we can pick.
okay.
KB.
You're a
Hey,
super
KB.
man.
Love you.
I'll even finish the green glass for that one. How
Yeah.
about
Me
that?
too.
We should be on a boat somewhere, KB.
I think the green is a 12-year-old.
I think you're right. I think the green is 12.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think the red is a Royal Salute.
Yep.
Okay, so
I
time
hate
out.
to say it,
Blue
but I
is-
think
blue
blue
is
is blue,
blue, yeah.
and I think yellow is Dewars 18.
That's exactly we align.
Okay.
I hate to say that.
So what did
but
you say?
I don't know.
What-
I'm
just
probably
repeat,
wrong.
repeat.
He said yellow was Dewars 18.
Yep.
Green was the 12 year. Blue was blue,
Yep.
and red was Royal Salute.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
That's my I would agree. I would align with
I
that.
don't know
Okay.
if it's right. I'm sure.
All right.
I'm gonna say yellow is Royal Salute. I'm gonna say
It's tough. This is hard.
Oh, that is-
It
that is
should
nice.
be. This was definitely intended
Yeah.
to be hard.
I'm gonna say the green is.
You finished the green.
I'm
I
not-
thought you didn't like it.
Well, I cheered to KB. That's all I had. You won't fill up my glass.
No, I won't. Tell you. You want some?
I'm gonna say the green is the Dewars 18, red is the old Dewars, and the blue is blue.
We're all off, aren't we?
I think Sean was probably the most correct. I think he got 2 out of 4. You guys got
off.
Yeah, the only one you got right was the old blend.
The green.
Yeah, that's green. Your Dewars 12 from 1983 is this right here, and that's the green.
That's why I
the
picked
one
it
that
because
stood
it felt
out.
like it was so different
It was
compared
different
to everything
and-
else.
Right, and I found that really interesting that it stood out in that manner. I didn't expect it to do. I really expected it to stand toe to toe with these. So the fact that you guys all had a negative first impression of it, like, what the hell is that?
Different.
It was a
Um,
tool and die.
Right, because ironically enough, when we reviewed that bottle, we blinded this against some other old blends. It stood out really
did.
well. It held its own. It was really great. I expected it to hold a little bit better game against
Yep.
these 3.
It did not.
Now,
It's a
So
palate
talk to us.
comparison.
Right,
What was it
so-
really?
so you got the Royal Salute right.
Yellow.
Okay,
I
yellow
thought,
is
I thought you
Royal
might have
Really?
been right in that.
Yep. And you guys all liked that one. That was your first. That was your first.
That
I
was
mean,
my
you guys.
I enjoyed that a
So
lot.
you guys actually liked the most
Yeah.
expensive bottle the most.
Yep.
Whatever.
There you go.
But
I mean,
it's dry finish, but although it was really good.
Dude, it was
from-
the best package.
Yeah.
Total
Well,
package.
okay, so let's also talk about that. Oldest one in the freaking lineup, right? This
true.
is a non-age. This is 18. This is a 12. The 21 came in. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
That's their blenders. I mean,
Um,
yeah.
So the next bottle, what did you say next? You liked blue.
Blue
next.
is a blue.
I like blue next.
You liked blue next, and you were.
I think I picked red next.
I bet red.
Right.
Yeah, I picked red over blue. Yeah. What was red?
Blue, do you want to know what red is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnnie Walker Blue.
All right.
Really?
And you nailed the smoke
Yeah.
in blue. I didn't think.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
You said something. You said
smoke.
No, you said smoke.
No,
on
no,
red,
I know. He
Oh.
said there was any. I said I didn't think there was any in blue.
No, and you called
There
it,
is,
and
yeah.
so as soon as you said, it, I was like, I'll be damned. He's pulling out some Johnnie Walker. He's pulling out that little bit of that subtle. I mean, obviously
enjoyed
black's
red.
got a
It's not-
heavier
yeah.
smoke.
Red,
It's there.
red was my second favorite. Yeah.
But I didn't pick it for blue. I picked it on my palate.
Right.
So
I'm
Right,
shocked that this one didn't do better.
I am too. I really am. So
Well, I'm not.
obviously,
So then
this,
18 is blue.
Yes, this is blue. Honestly,
Honestly,
$73 bottle, guys.
That's your winner right there.
$73 bottle.
Yeah.
We all
it's
like the
not.
blue.
I didn't. That was my third.
Well, no,
almost my
you.
last.
Yeah, you did put it last, and then you went back and changed it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I will say, if I had to pick between a $200 bottle and a $70 bottle, pretty close. I'm gonna take $70 bottle.
I mean, seriously.
In this lineup, because they were pretty close.
Right.
the blue is so faint. There's nothing to it.
See, that's weird because they're saying the exact opposite. They're
I like
saying
that
it's
one.
No, I
much
thought
more full body.
I think so too. Yeah.
And the red?
Which why would red be full
Yeah.
body? It's Johnnie Walker Blue. I expect that to be light. I'm just
I need to pour some more of that too. Is that 18?
I really
I'm gonna
liked
pour
it.
some
neat.
more.
So now that you know what it is, you
But-
guys are all pouring.
So this is
Well,
red.
here's
Is,
the
red is
thing.
the blue, right? Just
Well,
double
my
check.
glasses are all empty. But here's the thing.
No, red. That
Originally, what neat? This was my favorite glass.
Yes, Sunday evening Scotch. If you want the Reader's Digest version, the takeaway is the guys were saying Johnnie Walker Blue and Dewars
Did you get
18
my
are
blue?
basically tied, and a couple ranked the 18 higher
Maybe.
than the blue.
Yeah.
No, you
That's-
poured you
yep.
pushed yours forward.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I picked mine.
That's
up to
the
pour this
takeaway.
glass.
So, but the Royal Salute wins.
There you go. There's blue.
So I picked Royal Salute, then blue, then 18, then the 12. That was my pick.
Yeah.
And that was your pick too.
I was with
So
you.
we aligned together. So,
So,
Salute
yeah.
blue.
You're right, Adam.
Dewars 18.
Oh, I did, didn't
I think we're all
We
kind
were
of a little
saying.
bit. I
And
expected
preference. That was our
the
preference.
old 83 blend. I really expected it to be a little bit more comparable.
I mean, that was my suggestion.
Oh yeah,
Totally
and the
not.
fact that they stood out, and I looked
It was
at
very different.
So I've got 3 or 4 older
Mustiness,
blends,
that's
guys,
what
and I could have chosen any one of them, but I really wanted to go with this one, especially after reading up on them
Man,
because I
blue
can't
is-
smell or taste them. I'm like, gosh dang it! So I read up on what I've got, and I really thought of what I have. This is the one that would stand toe to toe with these the most.
That's your
the
wheelhouse.
fact that
I
it
mean, in
stood
a
out
sense.
so far.
the smoke-
And now, is that a good or a bad thing?
It is
What's
all
that say
incredible.
about older blends?
So here's my
This is
takeaway
my
from
wheelhouse.
this particular one is that it was much more. I mean, you're talking an entry level blend, but from 40 years ago.
Right.
That one to me, I mean, it did stand out against all of these others, but all of the others are going for smoothness and, drinkability, whereas I think this one is just supposed to be an everyday dram, right? And they were making it to make scotch and sodas. Like you had to have something that stood out a little
And
bit.
they were, yeah.
And
See,
so
yeah,
I
see-
think that it's a little more flavorful.
Yeah.
I would be interested to try it as a scotch and soda because it's probably really good.
It's an era palette. I mean,
Things have changed, exactly, absolutely.
Well-
The palates and what they've. I hate to say it, but the Scotch industry, they've kind of created their own beast, right? They're the ones that made us all freaking age statement snobs, right? Back in the day, everybody loved the blends, and so they really have controlled where our palates have gone and our likes and dislikes.
Yeah,
It's just interesting to see it's so much different.
Yeah.
I think
was
something in
interesting.
Scotch basically said the point of the show. Good point, Andrew. Royal Salute was clear favorite. It was, but for $200, I doubt any viewers are going to grab it. Correct. Johnnie Walker Blue has that luxury gift factor.
Sure it
yes,
does.
correct. But that Dewars 18 fared well and is affordable.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So that was the thing that with the green, which was the 12-year-old. It was different.
It wasn't.
But I thought it had potential.
It did, but
So
it was
with a
not the
rock,
same.
with a rock
Yes.
or something, as a blend. I didn't think about it as a blend,
Yes.
But if you blend it, it's got more potency of flavor that it could handle that.
But we all agreed, in contrast, it was not in the same family.
It was a contrast. It was a contrast.
And I really expected it to be closer than that. But you're right. Maybe it is definitely much more of a Scotch and soda.
I will say this was a very enjoyable
It was
wine.
cool.
God, I love
It was
this
fun.
stuff.
And you know what?
I honestly tried not to pick out blue. I just tried to figure out what I liked the best.
Right.
It
The
made
fact
me,
that you said
uh,
smoke caught me off guard. I was like, wow.
I was really nervous when we
I
all
didn't
three
like
picked
that.
yellow, and I was like,
rather-
"Oh, that's going to be the old 12-year-old blend, and we're all going to look like morons, right?"
Yeah, you're worried about it.
So,
past that
again,
now.
Call like you
congrats
see
to
it.
Shivas.
Right.
Well, we called that out, and that's the reason why. That's why we're here tonight. Is because we did the review this week of that Royal Salute,
And I
and we
didn't
were
pick it out. That's
pretty
weird.
impressed with it. The only reason it didn't get higher scores because of the price tag, which is exactly what he just said.
Right. So, but I mean, honestly, when this doesn't not have anywhere near the gift prestige
No,
factor
it
that this
doesn't.
does.
Which is
Which is
crazy.
ironic because it's a 21-year-old. It's
It's
a
got a big
badass bottle. It's
statement.
ceramic bottle. The box is cool as hell.
And it's made for a special occasion type
It's-
thing. It's just
I'll tell you what. If I
It's
have to pick between the
marketing,
two of them,
marketing.
and they're both $200, I'll pick the Royal Salute.
Every day.
Every day.
I'll be damned.
Every day.
If
It's
it's the
that
same
good.
price, yeah, absolutely.
It's that good.
I mean, that's probably for a whole other conversation, but Johnnie Walker's been able to ride the wave. They've stayed.
Well, they're marketing.
And I think they were in the right place at the right time for a long time. Right? They've
Yeah.
always been able to be
Well-
at the top and ride the top of the crest of the wave.
To me, they were like 80s. You know, when the whiskey boom or when the whiskey bust started to go away and people started getting more into brown spirits, they were there. And they really started out like this is a luxury premium, hammering it
And they
down,
made it
right?
work.
And so all these dudes that started making money in the tech stocks and stuff were like, oh, I gotta have some luxury stuff. And they're
Right.
like, how about this $200 bottle? It's awesome. You should try one.
To this
You
day,
know?
you see guys that win the Super Bowl, and the first thing they do is go out and buy every guy on the team a bottle of Johnnie Walker Blue, right?
Yep.
And you're like, really?
I mean, it just is what it is.
Karen A would be better.
can't-
I take
So-
3 bottles of Kill Karen 8 all day.
So it's actually, I don't know how we can put this together, but Dewars is one of those things where, it deserves more respect than what we probably give it.
Right.
So
I like that, Lana.
what I've come to, Dewars is okay, but they don't have the richness of a Chivas. If you take a Dewars 18 and a Chivas 18, the Chivas wins for me every day.
So we almost need to do like a cheap version, comparison or something, and get more of a budget friendly type comparison or something, because this is a cool idea. It shows you that marketing and everything else can play. Don't get me wrong, whiskey's good. It's good. But for that kind of money, you can buy so much other stuff.
Sure.
Do a 12, a Macallan 12, a Dewars 12,
A Dewars 18.
a Chivas 12, all those kind of things.
Yeah, maybe price point instead of age. It's hard to
price
really
point's
think about
different
it.
because a
Well,
Macallan
no,
12
but
is way more than a.
it's the
than
same
a
price
Dewars
as
12.
Dewars.
Maybe what
18.
we should do
That's what he
is
said,
Don't say.
18.
we
Yeah.
should have everybody okay, you get $200, you get 200, and go buy something and come back and tell me what and blind it and see who wins.
That'd be interesting. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've got a bottle of Johnnie
That's a
Walker.
horrible
on my-
idea.
I mean, it's a prestigious thing,
I like it.
absolutely, and I'll enjoy a glass from time to time. But it's definitely a time to time drink because it's got to
Wow.
be the right time to enjoy it for me.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
I
That's
was
cool.
surprised that it didn't come off lighter than I thought it would to you guys. I really thought you guys would be like, oh, that's a really, really light dram. And I'm like, that's how I remember it.
That's
but
why
That's
put it-
why I thought blue was it,
I did too.
because it was so subtle.
the Dewars 18 was that subtle.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind. And
The red has it still
No, I'm
does.
bringing it right now. It's pretty
It
good.
has the most
Eric, whiskey-
smoky. So
Whiskey
We're
Studies.
we're about out of
Eric
time,
Waite's
guys.
out
Listen,
there.
let's wrap this up. So interesting. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Make sure you guys join us in Discord. We got some changes coming up.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick. We'll go over a second or two just to talk about what's going on in the world of Scotch for Dummies and format, timing change, I guess we'll call it.
We're gonna move this live to a different day.
We're moving.
Well, we have been doing this for damn near
6
and a
years.
half years.
5.5 years.
A long time.
Long time.
Anyway, a long time. And we did the Thursday Night Live for a long
And
time.
we yes.
And so we did it originally because we were hanging out, playing
On
darts
Thursday.
and doing stuff. So we're fleshing out everything right now. We're going through it, and we're going to talk to our patrons after this one. We've got some pretty cool things with our patrons on Thursdays, but we're seriously thinking about moving our time to was it Sunday?
Sunday afternoon time frame where
In the
we
US,
can catch
yeah.
some more European folks. And actually, the format of the live is going to change a wee bit. As far as our reviews, I mean, honestly, we've produced a Monday afternoon review, polished, pre-recorded review
5 years,
for
yeah.
over 5
6
years.
years, yeah.
So we're gonna kind of do a mash and mash it up a little bit to maximize our time together. I mean, honestly, to be honest with you guys, we started this. This all started from us just hanging out, and we don't get to hang out anymore. It's like every time we get together, it's always work. Well, you know what? We want to get together and watch Airplane, or Blazing Saddles,
Yes,
or
Blazing
and
Saddles.
throw some darts, or some
Like that
Chappelle
mic.
show or something. I mean,
Molly
that's-
wants pretzels.
Molly wants, right? So we haven't done that in so long. We're getting away from our roots and why we started. So we're gonna do some changes, and I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good. I'm interested to see some of the new folks that we might be able to get from across the pond.
Yep.
Interviews. We got some,
New
some
guests,
distilleries. and
This
all
will
kinds of
open
things
up
are
the
opening
door for us to get some of those European interviews that we really want to get. And at the end of the day, you know, the content's not changing. We're still going to do what we're doing. And but
We're still doing reviews. We're still going to do a live show. And on the Thursdays, we're going to do, we're going to talk to our patrons after this one, but we're going to have more Patreon interaction going forward.
right,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do the live review and show on Sunday with patron interaction on Thursday.
Sure.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
We're
flush
gonna work it all out.
We're working
It'll
on
be
that.
all good.
And honestly, this whole idea.
Yes,
and-
Gerben,
hold on.
we're thinking
This
about
whole
you.
idea was because of Gerben.
Yes, it really was. I mean, honestly, it makes sense for us all. But I think I'm interested. I'm excited about the change a little bit on that. A couple of other announcements. We still have to talk about our patron Scotch swap that we did.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody should have their stuff and be
Yep.
getting
Yes.
into it.
Yes.
George, I'm not getting into it. You know why. But we're going to start reaching out and breaking up the blocks, breaking up the group of people into smaller blocks
Thanks,
so that we
Gerben.
can have some talks and
Gerben,
conversations.
thank you.
Hi, Gerb. Thank you.
We're going to work with Mr. Porter, Sunday Evening Scotch,
Yes.
on setting up some times, probably this week or next week for sure at the latest, and start having some friends and get together with us
Yep.
with that.
There you go.
All right.
Quit
Aside
doing
from-
that.
Man, I'm going all in with the White
I
Walker
don't mind him
guys.
doing it.
Hey,
He's got to go
I'll empty
sometime.
it.
I'm glad to be back, man.
I can see that.
I miss these guys. I miss you guys. I'm glad that we are all four here doing this. Had a good night tonight.
Guess I'll end with you.
We've got a patron live show coming up. Our patron after show coming up. And one more thing, we did have our patron show last week.
Yep.
Right, we had our patron only show. That was a good time. Thanks for all the patrons that showed up. We've got a couple patrons that we owe some owl samples of Kilkerran 8. Those are on
It's
the
coming.
way.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in
Thanks,
with
guys.
us, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Man, we love you guys. Thank you. Cheers.
guys.
Weird.
Weird.
What's weird?
Like a lot.